Computer science is one of those subjects in which you can score the highest if you prepare the right way. I scored 98 out of 100 in my computer science board exam, and in this video I'm going to talk about what mistakes students usually make, which areas are important, and what topics did I focus on. I have also added time span so that you can directly jump to the sections if you know something already. Let's talk about the paper pattern first. The paper is mainly divided into 3 sections. First, the MCQ, second is the output-based question, and third is the programming questions. MCQs and output-based questions are also important because marks are lost there because of small mistakes. So you need to carefully prepare all the 3 sections properly. First, let us talk about the MCQ section. You should be clear with things like data type and their memory size. For example, how much memory size does int, char or double hold? You can also get character-based question where they use ASCII values. For example, what is the output of the code Z plus 32? Operators are also very important topic. You should know what arithmetic operator mean, modulus operator mean, and especially the increment and decrement operator mean. Ternary operator questions are also very common. They give you a if-else statement and ask you to convert into a ternary operator or vice. Loops are another important topic. You should know for loop, while loop, and do while loop. They sometimes give you one loop and ask you to convert into another loop. OOPS concepts are also asked. For example, questions come from encapsulation, data abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance. They give you a definition or a real-life example and ask you which concept does this represent. Access specifiers like public, private, and protected are important topics, and do not ignore strings and arrays in the MCQ section. Methods like substring, equals, length, caret are frequently asked questions, and in array, finding the index of an element and array length are important topics. Now coming to the output-based question. This is a section where students lose most of their marks because they guess the output. But the best way to attempt this section is to practically run the program step by step. Now the important topics in this section are loops, especially the nested loops, because one loop running inside the another loop is a common pattern. Second is the array indexing. Finding out a value at a particular index is a common question. You should also understand what operator precedence mean and string indexing means. Now coming on to the programming section. My advice would be don't learn hundreds of programs line by line. Instead, understand the logic because the questions can be changed in the exam. In the arrays, the important topics are understand one-dimensional and two-dimensional array, especially the both type of searching and sorting, that is linear search and binary search, and bubble sort and selection sort. Next is matrix-based question are also important, like finding the sum of left diagonal and right diagonal, or finding out the maximum element or a minimum element, or finding the sum of even numbers and odd numbers. For strings, focus on palindrome, counting characters, changing uppercase to lowercase, and basic string operations. For number program, focus on building logic rather than learning hundreds of programs because questions are coming on testing your ability to use your loops and conditions. My final advice would be don't just read program but actually practice writing them because you have to build your logic in the exam hall. Practice all the questions from your textbook and definitely solve the previous year questions. Try to identify the pattern and practice the most repeated concept. If you're starting your preparation or your Java basics are weak, I have already made beginner-friendly Java videos in which I have explained everything step by step, so you can check them out also. And if you have any doubt related to computer applications, Java or your preparation, you can comment me down and I'll definitely try to help you out. So I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, keep coding, keep growing.